Raising the Bar. I'm your host, Alan Pickert, and today's show is sponsored by Terrell Hogan Law, a boutique litigation firm that has been successfully representing clients for over 50 years, located in downtown Jacksonville. Today we have a special guest. Today we have Christine Michel, and Christine is actually the head of not one but two different departments at Terrell Hogan Law, the criminal law section and family law. Welcome, Christine.
Thank you. Thanks so much for having me.
Oh, absolutely. Glad to have you. So, tell us, when we say family law, what does that mean?
That means everything under the sun dealing with your family. But it really involves divorces, child support cases, paternity cases, things along those lines, guardianships as well. So it really is a large amount of types of cases that we handle.
And you also do estates and wills as part of that, correct?
Correct. So that includes all the probate matters. So guardianship's kind of connected to that as well. But any probate estates, when someone passes, dealing with wills and trusts, I handle all of those as well.
Now, in family law, is that something that will go to trial frequently?
Oh, yes. Yeah. I'm in trial constantly. So I probably have about 80 trials that I've done in family law alone, and then some others in other areas as well.
So I would think it's very important to have somebody like you advocating for your side with your kind of experience when it comes to kind of the family's breaking up and you're trying to make sure that the custody and alimony and child support and everything is taken care of.
Yeah, it's helpful when you have someone who's trial tested, because I can tell you from the beginning, hey, this is what we're going to be dealing with. This is our judge. This is who we're against. And having had that experience with several other attorneys, going against, you have that confidence that you have someone who knows what they're doing and who feels confident going in front of these judges and who knows them because I've been in front of them so many times. And so there's just that element of ease that I have in the courtroom that you don't get from every attorney. And so that's one part of it. The other part is that, yeah, this is a difficult situation 99% of the time, Right. I mean, if you're divorcing, it's kind of like a mini death because you're really ending something that you never intended on ending. No one goes into marriage saying, I can't wait to get divorced. So I hope that I could be someone who you can turn to during that time to be able to take care of those things that you don't want to deal with, negotiating with the other side. And then if we have to, we take it all the way to trial.
Now, personally, I think I'm a pretty decent trial lawyer. I've done 33 years of asbestos litigation, mesothelioma, and medical malpractice, auto accidents.
You're good.
But I've seen you in trial. I've seen you in a criminal trial, and you were absolutely fantastic. You're
10
times better than I am.
Too kind.
So tell me about the criminal law practice side of what you do.
Yeah, so I handle all types of criminal cases. So anything from misdemeanors, simple misdemeanor batteries, things like that, all the way through murders. And so that trial you mentioned was a murder trial, and 4 years of working on that particular trial to get all the way to the end. I feel like that's my bread and butter. That's where I really rubber meets the road kind of thing, and I know I can do my job well. And so the criminal aspect of it is, it's really just that situation for you is the worst day of your life, right? Like, sure. So you need somebody who really knows what they're doing. So we talked about trial experience. That's another area that, I'm trial tested. I've done that several times. I actually am on the appointment wheel, so that's attorneys that have had experience and have been approved. So when someone has a conflict, or if the public defender's office has a conflict, regional conflict counsel has a conflict, they will actually appoint private attorneys to step in and handle those cases, but they only choose attorneys that have that type of experience, and so I'm on that list of attorneys that they turn to when there are conflicts with other offices.
And I happen to know for a fact that's a very short list, so the fact that the judges have the confidence in your abilities to court appoint you to certain cases. So it's not only people who can contact you to represent them, but actually the judges also say, hey, Christine, I need you to represent this person in this particular case.
Absolutely, yep. That's about half of my cases right now.
Wow.
Are appointed cases from judges who've said, hey, there's no one else that can handle this case, and I've been chosen to do that.
Well, what's interesting is most people would say when you're going through a divorce and when you're in a criminal case, those are the two most life altering type of scenarios you can go through as far as law is concerned, and you actually do both.
Right. So I'm just a sucker for punishment a little bit.
Well, what do you do to relax? What do you do for free time? Because the stress must be off the charts.
Yeah, I'm not a real stress type of person. I know it's strange to say that, but I don't typically get stressed out. That's just not my, I think that's probably why I may be well suited for those areas. But if I want to relax, if I want to just, take my mind off of things, I'm a baseball fan, huge baseball fan, love watching it. I'm a huge Cubs fan. That's another like sucker for punishment type of situation.
You are a glutton
But
for
yeah,
punishment.
it must be a little bit, but I've been a fan since I was 8 years old. Been going to games with my dad since I was tiny. We're on the process of going to every ballpark, so that's kind of my, like guilty pleasure kind of thing. I'll buy Cubs tickets, follow them around the country, and try to get to every ballpark.
Are you a jumbo shrimp fan?
I like the jumbo shrimp. I'll go there now. Okay. Can I just listen? The shrimp. We used to be sorry. The name, not my favorite, but I love going to games, so it doesn't matter if it's a jumbo shrimp game. I'll be there.
Now, one of the things that I think is so precious is you actually coach or help coach your son's Little League team, right?
I do. So we are heavily involved in baseball of every aspect. So we're at Atlantic Beach, is where my son plays, and we love it. So I love coaching him. He loves me coaching him, which you would not think an 8, almost 9-year-old boy would want their mom coaching him. But he begged me to coach this year again after I coached last season. So we just picked our team last night during the draft. So that's what we do.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
So tell the viewers, if they have a family law matter or a criminal law matter and they'd like to contact you, how can they get a hold of you?
Give me a call, 904-632-2424. Call me at the office, and I'm available. The best part about the way we do stuff at Terrell Hogan is that you're going to talk to me. So when you call in, you're actually talking to me. I'm handling your case. You're going to deal with me directly, especially in relating to these types of cases. I want to be involved. I need to know every single aspect of your case, so that's how you can get in contact with me.
So that if they Google Terrell Hogan Law or terrellhogan.com, they can find you as well.
Correct.
And I do want to point that out because that is something that is very unique to that law firm, which is you actually speak with the lawyer repeatedly.
Yes.
You hear a lot of clients out there who say, I've only spoken to the lawyer once, or I never did, and now all I get is the legal assistant, or no one will even return my phone call. And yet you personally handle each and every case. You don't delegate it to a staff member or whatever. So if they have an issue, if they have a family law issue, whatever it may be, a prenuptial agreement, whatever it may be, you do the work and they're talking to you, correct?
They're talking to me. I'm drafting the documents. I'm doing the legwork, and oftentimes I will give people my cell because it's, hey, if something's going on, especially if there's an emergency, I want them to be able to get in contact with me. So there's that open line of communication throughout the entire case from beginning to end.
Okay. Wonderful. Well, thank you for being on the show today.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
And that's another edition of Raising the Bar. Take care. Bye-bye.